Coach and Shawn here on the Real 904.
Hey guys.
We are with Danielle and Fania, our latest and greatest, over at JPAR, City and Beach.
Yeah, the beach part in the City and Beach.
So, Shawn, you're really pumped about opening up this place down in St. Augustine. We all love St. Augustine. I was running today actually thinking about how lucky we are to actually be in a place that people are moving to rather than away. We have people that want to come here, call up about it. Has it been fun for you getting down here?
I mean, my favorite thing is I'm going to come here every Friday and at least end my week here, get tacos with the guys, hang out. But honestly, it's effortless. You know, St. Augustine's just a fun place. The kids are back in school. I was always wanting to see how that would look like with the college back, but it's just chill. I mean, there's a mega yacht downtown. I saw some pictures of it. Look pretty awesome. And there's some new restaurants opening, but honestly, I'm now going to come here 2 days a week. That's really what's come out of it.
That's awesome, man.
Oh yeah, I'll do 2 days a week. One's been good. Let's do 2.
Yeah, we all live here with kids and raising families and stuff. I think the hardest thing, and this is no joke, it's the hardest thing for people moving here is fitting in work. I really do. Like, I think socializing. I've had my brother and sister-in-law moved over here. They said it's just so hard because it's so fun.
So many food places here. Like, I can't even tell you. Like, everything's so good here.
I know, and there's more restaurants every time. Even during COVID, and which was odd, there's restaurants opening up, like great restaurants. At the same time. Like, we even have the amphitheater. You have music.
Oh, and great bands, great venue.
Yeah,
not a bad seat in the house.
Yeah, and they're starting to do the drive-ins. They just did one last week.
Drive-in.
The farmers market. There's farmers market pretty much every day of the week, I think. You can just
it's like a true lifestyle though. People leave where they're at, and you're almost gotta bake yourself into that you're allowed to be happy every day. You don't have to get in that work mode. You came from Philadelphia down to here. What do you think? I mean, is that kind of true from talking to your friends?
100%. So I think the first thing is you realize you don't have to sit in traffic all day for an hour each way back and forth to work. You start realizing okay, you can have a different pace of life here. It can be a little bit more fun, laid back. I used to joke around, if you're in the office past 6 o'clock, it's because it's a choice. In Philadelphia, it's if you want to keep your job.
Yes.
So I would say that's definitely a different mentality for sure. If you are looking to what are we doing for fun? 4, 5, 6 o'clock. What are we doing to, connect our family to our things we like to do for fun? And honestly, it's intermingled, like you said.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like forced, where it's almost like everyone goes to work for so long so they can have a beach house in the Northeast, or have a boat they can pay for and use for only 3 months out of the year too because of the weather.
We can definitely do that here. It's so pretty. Our downtown area is just so beautiful. I'm born and raised in Jacksonville. I will never ever move back to Jacksonville. I love St. Augustine.
We met the person that was actually born here. That's awesome.
Yes.
Born and raised.
Amazing.
And the outdoor activities are just endless, between the fishing,
Rallies.
the boating, surfing, mountain biking. We've got great trails right here. I mean, it's amazing.
If I could freeze this time of year, to be honest with you.
Absolutely.
The weather.
Best.
The best.
Hands down.
So I was sitting there thinking about, I had some cousins coming in from New York. They stopped by, they got married and drove through. We literally, our office is downtown St. Augustine, right on Riberia Street.
The old cigar factory.
They called me up at 2:30 and they're from Long Island and, they work in the city and all over the place. And they called up at 2:30, said, hey, we'll be there at 4:30. And my whole family moved here after I moved here. My sister, her husband and kids, my brother, my parents, his wife, and within 2:30 they texted me, and we all work. We were trying to figure out if we could meet. They're like, "Are you guys able to even meet with us?" I said, "Yeah." We all immediately text back. We're all have lives, even though we work. We could still see our kids, still go to places. We texted. I texted them the address here. We went over to the fish camp at 4:30. All of us went there, and they were just saying, they're like, this is so weird. Do you realize you guys get to do that? And I was like, this is normal. That
you're not going away on vacation to experience that. That's what
it really is.
Yeah, you're going 10 miles away.
And raising my kids, because I deal with a bunch of people that invest from out of town, and I work with them, and they live vicariously through me because they get excited because they know all of our friends now. They go to Osprey Friday. They're like, what's Jeff doing at Stogie's today? My cousin will order cigars from there. They play in the Marsh Creek golf tournament. And they come down and it's a bright spot.
It's their second home.
So I get excited. I get really excited about selling it though, because one, you feel it's almost like recruiting a kid for a sport in college to me. Like I'm recruiting you to come to my favorite place. Like I look at us like in competition, not with other realtors, not with other places. Like St. Augustine's in competition with Hilton Head, Savannah, Charleston, California. And I'm going, no, you got to come here. Orlando, I don't even consider competition anymore.
Well,
I'm like,
for us is, if we do want to change the scenery, just get in the car and drive less than a half a day.
Yeah. So I'm like, man, you guys got to move here. You got to come. You got to buy a vacation rental. You're going to love it here. You wait till you meet Shawn. Wait till you meet Danielle.
Yeah.
Mike's going to be on his bike. You'll see him.
You think you want to go to Orlando every weekend, but if you do, it's 2 hours away. If you really do want to go check it out, but you won't go that often.
Well, I grew up in Lake Mary, and oddly enough, because of Facebook, we never knew. I have 5 good friends that all live here, and like my brother's old football coach lives over in Davis Shores, and different people that we didn't know we lived here until Facebook and stuff. And we all, when we see each other, we're all good friends now, and we see each other. We always laugh. We're like, "Would you ever go back?" They're like, "No way, no way."
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Lifestyle is just so much better. So it's a fun real estate deal that you're like literally like excited for people to move here. It's not really like this is not like you have to live here. This is a choice.
But also the work-life balance. I mean, I think like you ladies are talking about, getting a chance to still have friends, go out, work, accomplish things in work, and then also with family, like being able to go outside with your son or do that. I mean, I think one of the things that's fun about our environment here is, whenever like even Fine is like, hey, you guys care if I do this or what about this? I'm like, yeah, do what you got to do. Like, it's such a great place for work-life balance. I guess that's really what I'm trying to say.
It is a family. Yeah. You feel comfortable. My kids, my daughters, we have them homeschool, and off. She's here right now on Fridays. I have her with me. I'm leaving after here for my daughter's birthday. I got to go run, but I could run right down the street to go do it. Pop back in, and then you guys support me. Everyone's kind of in it together. And that's the culture that's really cool. We all want to be around each other. And
absolutely.
And it starts with Shawn. I mean, that's like Shawn's a really family.
Oh yeah, right.
Business.
I would just say,
Shawn, where were you last night? Where were you last night? We had an event to go to. I texted you because I thought you were going to.
I had people there. You guys were there. I don't care.
I texted you. It's like, hey, I'll talk to you about this up there, and you go, I'm going to my daughter's cheerleading.
My daughter,
awesome.
my daughter tried out. Was trying out yesterday, so we wanted to make sure we're there to support her and pick her up. But that's the great yin and yang of the team. But I look and I'm like, wow, it's like 6 of us at this event. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, and the other fun part is like we have I've had multiple open houses that were personally very important to me, family members, and then also investments that I'm involved with. And Shawn on a Saturday and the other guys on the team are all coming out there to go, show support, bring people out.
That's
video. Get
I love that.
That's like I can't describe that in a way. But it's like, it's important. Like, it means that like you're nervous going to do it.
Well, what it comes down to, when I think about culture, it's like my job's not to screw it up. My job is to do what I'd want other people to do for me. And then, but it's only going to happen if other people do that. And I think that's the cool news. And that's the cool part is I'm watching just people do stuff. Like there was no preconceived, like, I hope a big group goes to this event yesterday. I hope this open house goes well for
we were so excited to see each other and go, like we were talking about it. We were excited.
But that's the culture, right? So it starts with 1 and then 2. And then, everyone is a part of that or can distract from it as well. Like I literally, when people ask me, they're like, oh, what's your vision or how many agents? I'm like, we don't like think in those terms, like how many people. It's the weirdest conversation. To me, it's like, well, whose business are we supporting? How are they running their business? How do they envision their business going? And I think that's what a company or team should be when I think about it. And honestly, I just want to make sure we have enough core capital and we can have some fun and everyone can kind of live out their purpose and dream, to be honest with you.
Yeah, that's a great part. And selfishly for agents, I mean, most important, I think for them is how are they going to make money? And then are they appreciated? And appreciation in business is commission. How much of the commission do they get to keep? You've created, you brought a company here that's 100% commission, right? And then there's a fee, a small transaction fee. You got a lot of a la carte stuff, a ton of support. So if you want to buy marketing, Shawn's already taken out all the guesswork of like, what's the best strategy? What's the best, who's the best, like Zillow or is it Facebook leads or anything? And we can go right to you and ride your coattails and, literally, and we could, it's important to us. We talked about it yesterday. I mean, there's so many choices.
I would be honest about it, right? I think when we all think about our perfect business, we have repeat customers and clients. We have a sphere of influence that fires an amount of business that we can keep 100% of the commission and it produces the money we want to live our life. I think when we think about our ideal real estate relationship, that's how I see it. So I know we have gaps in that plan, right? Maybe I don't have enough past clients. Maybe I don't have enough people referring to me regularly. So these were the tools and the system and the support all come in to blend it together. But it's a goal. I mean, Fania, when we sat down and talked about what she wants to do, I'm like, well, we have to get a plan to get there because we're not there. You know, like we're not there, but we can try to build something. And that's really what it comes down to is how can you help someone get to the next level? And it could be a tool, it could be a bunch of leads, and frankly, all of it is important. And I think your point is. So if you have a team, you started it and you threw a whole bunch of money at it and you made a lot of mistakes, 10 years later, this is what do I look like?
I'm in there. We hanging out.
That's actually what it looks like. Pay a whole bunch of money, make every mistake, and I don't know if you guys agree with this, but like, unfortunately, the best learned things are when I make the mistake. And the bigger the mistake, the more likely I learned it. Do you guys feel like, do you have any examples of that you want to share? I mean, a big mistake.
How much time do we have?
Just share one you can think of. Anything that you think's interesting. Because for me, it's like I look back once. I had a coach ask me where my customers came from, who's my clients, who's my A clients. I'm like, I have no idea what this guy's talking about. I'm just looking to do a transaction this week, pay some bills, right? Have some money to go to Orlando or take the family out on a boat or something. And I remember him asking me to add up how much I spent, and it was 7 figures. And I was like, I didn't know. She's like, that used to be money you had.
Yes.
I was like, no, but I never really had that money. He's like, no, the money would come in, you were already spending it or you pre-spent it. He's like, but it was 7 figures. And I was like, oh my gosh. But now we can say we invested 7 figures.
Thank God you did, man. We got a pretty good system for
That's
us.
great.
I mean, I've owned a brokerage before. I've worked for a developer, ran sales for it, made every mistake in the book. And over the last couple of years going into it though, and spent a lot of money actually for lead generating.
A lot of similarities,
except for you're actually organized and keep track. I don't wing it. I'm like, I'm definitely got the take action part down. I don't have the really plan. It usually I just take action. But one of the things that drew me to you was, and I'll say, one is I've worked with brokerages. We've been the broker, is that you actually are truly supportive. I mean, you support, you're in the game. You're not like just from the sidelines looking at a bean counter. You're in the game, like doing deals with us, and you're an investor. That's another thing that really impressed me about you. And Drew, you're an investor too. So even like when we talk to clients, you're not just telling them this is what you should do. You're doing it. You're doing it. And that means a lot to me. And then the culture, the other thing was really important for me and is like, I think a lot of salespeople are really great at sales. And I happen to be more of a salesperson. I'm wired that way. But the problem with that is paperwork, and our business has gotten more, our world has gotten more and more paperwork. So like we could be spending 4 or 5 hours on stuff with paperwork, but we're not lead generating. We're not helping our clients sell. And Shawn, you've set up systems for us to take that away, that we could focus on what we're best. Even our first meeting was, we want you to do what you're really good at and shine. And I think that's like something that that's priceless. You know what I mean? For me, like our meetings every week is like, I don't want you doing this. I want you go get us deals, go get us deals, go get us leads, go get us that. And that's how we're wired. And I think that's what's, as we've opened up this office, our culture, we haven't tried to recruit people. We really have attracted some people. Fania came in, was a perfect match for us culturally, whether she knew it or not. Yeah. We're like, this is a great fit. Because people, when we're working together, we want to work with people we want to work with and that are going to then be supportive for the people that we're trying to attract. And then, like Danielle coming in, like we already groove together. We're going to help each other. We help out each other even when we didn't work together. So it's like, it's only going to be a little bit better. It doesn't mean it's for everybody. There's other places that are different. Yeah. But that's our culture.
I think the thing we always talk about is like, who are those first 10 people that, we want to put into our world and we feel like we can all help each other. And I think that's always been that vision. And it's, you definitely don't get rich when you put this on a spreadsheet. You basically, it's just people and you're supporting them. And honestly, when he talked about systems are really, without people, you don't have anything. So we're starting with people and then we're kind of enforcing the system behind them. Like Fania was really key to even having some of those conversations, because otherwise these are ideas without people.
Yeah. And I mean, I think as like an agent coming over here, we got people, we got like guys like us that are looking for big land deals, big development deals, we got investment deals that we're actively looking.
Got 4 pages of
pages that we're actively looking for. That's my background is development deals. We just got done selling out a $40 million project. We're done.
Amazing.
So we're hired guns now to go do something else. And then we wanted staff that salespeople that we want to, give them that are great at the sales portion of it so that we can then do the marketing and they could do the sales.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
Yeah. And it does.
Absolutely.
And then you got people at the office that are able to help the agents, write contracts, fulfill all the needless, all the stuff that just takes so much time. It's so important.
Yeah. Tell us about it.
I live for transaction management.
You do?
Live for it.
All right.
She loves it.
Just kidding.
Yeah.
It's great though. I mean, it is. This whole environment that you guys have created is just iron sharpens iron. I just see people winning. And it's awesome. So encouraging too. As a newbie coming in and watching what's happening.
But you're right. I mean, we're so small that we have to have everybody win. I mean, everyone's really we gotta help everyone grow their business in the way they see it. And that's honestly, Vanya, it's been awesome having you come on board and just so like, hey, we're a little bit like ready, fire, aim. Like,
that is
other order.
So if you're looking for like perfect order, like, it's a little bit of organized chaos, I would say, but in a good way. I mean, because it's, like you said, fun. That would be something I think when we think about how we want it to be. I mean, I remember being in a meeting and Pete like, what I love about it is you're like, no, I don't care. Like, and I was like, no, it's true because it's like, where's this fit into the culture and the vision? Otherwise, there's no one's job is to put their finger on someone else. And it's true. There are some personality types that I think kind of think that way because they think that's helpful, right? It's not because it doesn't come from a bad place, but it's, fun is a feeling. Happiness is a feeling. And you really have everyone to feel that way. So. Yeah.
And it's a transfer. Sales is a transfer of emotion. I mean, and I think these people, when you're selling them at home and if you're asking about mistakes you might've made or good things you did in the past, it's really, those people that you sell the house to end up being in your life if they live in your town and neighborhood forever. So it really is a relationship.
That's the point.
Yeah. And a good job, if you do a great job, you really should get referrals, not even from asking.
If you guys weren't, helping people who you wanted to live here and serving them, then when Fanya connected with them, they'd be like, no, like this is something bad's happening or this isn't good. But I think it all works because everyone has positive intentions. I guess that's the way I'd look at it. And everyone's trying to, be an expert. When I had this vision, it was like, I want to work with just the good people, the people that are like, look at this as a business for themselves, not someone who's like, oh, I can do a couple extra deals and like pay for a vacation or a car. And geez, I mean, does it feel like 90% of the agents are like that? I mean, what percent of people do you talk to, Danielle, that you feel like, is this person full-time in the business? Like,
I ask myself that on the daily. I can't work like that. Like I love what I do. I love being able to do what I do, my flexible schedule with my girls, but it's like, this is my life. Like I have to hustle. Like I have to make this work. You know what I mean? But I love it. Thank God I love it.
I appreciate that about all the agents that I've met at JPAR. It's not like, there's kind of a stigma that I always had about real estate agents because I've been in another industry, right? So I think, you think every old person has their real estate license and they sell a house every couple months. But it's like, this is a real live sales job. This is a business. These people are successful. I'm watching Shawn so into these agents and they're motivated and they're like excited about what they're doing. And it's awesome because it's easy to be passionate about where we live. It's easy to be passionate about these homes these and people really wanting to help people. I don't know. I saw on one of our other agents just helped someone buy their first home, and she was like a single mom with 3-year kids or so. And I was just like, yes. I mean, I just love that. They're believing in it. They're believing in what they're doing. So it's easy to be excited about the agents.
I love first time home buyers. I remember like with the kids were always in the car and like we got an accepted offer or whatever. And I'd always, all right, I'm going to call and let them know, they're about to get the house. And I'd turn it on and, they'd be so excited and some people would cry. And I'm just like, I always wanted the girls to hear that and be part of that was really
Oh, that's
cool.
special. That's
Very
awesome.
cool.
It really is cool. And especially, when they're buying here, you're selling the ocean.
Yeah.
You're selling like Florida. A lot of times people this is their dream to come here. Like, and you take it for granted sometimes because it is so great. They're like, I don't have to shovel snow. I don't have to we all live like,
Where are they
we live in
vacation?
the beach in the oldest city of the United States. And like,
I say it all the time. I was like, it's probably one of the only places you can major in sunrise and sunset and
Yeah.
still live your life.
yeah.
Yeah.
And the kids, I look at my kids, it's like a throwback. I mean, they got, and they really
Oh,
do.
where are they gonna go?
I think one of my good friends,
Del Coronado?
his son just went off to school in Oregon, and we were having dinner the other night, University of Oregon. And he's like bummed. One, because it's like Corona right now, so they're not really out
The
doing
thing-
anything.
Yeah.
But he's like,
That's the whole thing.
he left here. Like he was like working at Stogie's for Jeff and everything. And now he's like there. And he's like, God, I miss going surfing with you and doing this. And
Totally.
I don't know. It's pretty neat that you get to experience that though, but you're selling something that people want, I guess,
Yeah.
not have to have.
Right.
So
Lots
love
to
it.
do around here for sure.
Endless things. There's never enough time in the day.
yep.
Yeah.
What else do you think?
Well, I mean, I think we'd be missing the boat a little bit not to let these ladies promote themselves a little bit. For instance, I think one of the things that's fun, in my short time getting to know Danielle a little bit, I mean, it was awesome to hear about the first time home buyer. I mean, I could see the passion and energy, and I live for that. I mean, honestly, when I a year ago got out of production, I said, oh my God, like, first of all, the fear of like, will I go broke? Like, helping,
Yeah.
on a transaction fee cost to make this all work. I don't know. But at the same time, people come into your world that you're like, wow, that's why we do it. So it's so super cool hearing that.
I love that, but also like my passion is, for like I try to give back to the community with police and fire. So I was approached by a lender with first. I'm not going to
Heroes.
say
First
Heroes
Heroes.
First Home.
Yeah.
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 And
It's kind of a first responder heroes
yes.
program.
So
Yeah,
like
it was
once
really
a week.
cool. It was
Yeah, so he
amazing.
came to the
Yeah.
lunch with me. So we're gonna have a big event at Ford Garage, just trying to nail down the
Nice.
date. We just had all these coffee cups made for Station 1 City Police, so we're gonna present to them on Tuesdays. But it was like every week we were picking, police fire, and we'd go and deliver breakfast or dinner, to there's 3 shifts, so we try to, alternate around
Get
the
'em all,
city.
yeah.
And then COVID happened, so we've kind of backed off. But now, this is going to be our first. Well, this is actually our second event. Our first one was over at the Elks Lodge, and it was great. It was amazing, huge turnout. But I think this one, just being at the garage, it's the
Really
atmosphere
cool
there
atmosphere.
is
It's
way
awesome.
cool. They're new.
Yeah.
Get their
Excited
name
to go
out
see
there.
it.
They're centrally located. They're right, between. I think we're gonna have bigger response rate because it's city and county. It's like right in the middle. But I'm super excited about.
Yeah, your heart's in the right
About
place,
that.
and you're going to get business out of it because of that. I love
Yeah, yeah. I mean, if I can just how they put their lives on the line for us, it's the least I can do.
That's awesome.
But I love it.
That's awesome.
That's kind of my niche, real estate. I love it for sure. Got to come.
No, please. Love to do it. I mean, I
We'll be
think that's what's great is, in all those equities of life, including giving back. I mean, you almost find everyone here has something they're passionate about or is giving. And that's one of the things I also love about the company is we set aside a portion of every transaction fee to give back locally. Future can't remember what- No, we do give a portion of
Yeah, we
each
do.
transaction back to our community. So we do have a couple $1,000s saved already just from here that we are excited to give back. And I think we'll have some events maybe end of the year and use that outside space we were talking about over there by downtown. So anyway, you guys, where your heart is, let us know and we can serve you.
Yeah, and the one thing that's cool is, we're going to be helping out the community and getting out there.
I love
And
that.
Better
I think that's
Future
for
Foundation is the
Is that-
name of our shared partnership.
that's great.
Cool.
How about you, Fanya? What would you tell us a little bit what's on your heart or what you're, tell us a little bit about, you're on board and you're obviously an integral part of what we do, but next year this time, right? Like if we tell us something you're passionate about or paint us a little bit of the picture of your world. She's like, such a heavy question.
No, I'm looking at. I've started real estate school to get my license, but right now, what I'm really excited about actually is building a team of like-minded people here in St. Augustine and Jacksonville as well. But it's so easy to tell people about JPAR. Like I've worked at multiple different companies, and I have friends who are real estate agents, and it's like no trouble. It's not awkward. It's not weird. I don't even feel like it's cold calling, because it's like, hey, your life can be better. Like your business can be better. You can reach the goals, and you have the full support, and you're not leaving your money on the table. Like, hello, I'm sorry. I don't even see like the problem with not wanting to at least hear about it. So I'm actually having a lot of fun doing the recruiting.
That's my favorite part is Pete, when she's getting the word out. I think
absolutely
we all think we're getting the word out, but I think when you're in sales, especially if you were a top salesperson, people are like, they kind of hold you a little bit like arm's length away. Like they're like, hi, but they're not really willing to kind of talk. So thank you so much for that. And I love it. I mean,
I think the great thing about the culture here, though, it's abundant mindset.
Yeah.
So like we're not, even like when we work with all the other agents, we're going to have to do deals with each other. They're our lifeblood, to go when we need to sell something, we're going to work with these guys. You got to have great relationships with the agents. So it's just a great, hey, we have this opportunity. It's not for everybody, but like, if you like it, our door's open. We're going to, we're coming, and it's just an awesome, abundant mindset, and then the culture in here is like everybody wants, we're not like sitting at each other's throat in the office. Like we want to help each other, because the more that we sell around here in St. Augustine, the more success, it just lifts everybody up.
You guys said it. I mean, the heart of, so, the way we looked at this, when you talked about bringing JPAR to Northeast Florida, which is from our mind, the Georgia border to Daytona Beach, right? So we're kind of filling it in. This is actually the beach of the city and beach, right? So we have this vision city and beach, and we open with one office, and everyone's like, well, where's the beach? And so now we have beach. So now we're going to keep filling it in, because everyone wants an office like 10 minutes from their house they're never going to use, except for to print one thing, right? We said don't get copiers or administrators, and we have both.
Yes.
Because we actually we want that. But I think what's interesting is you're going to work in a community anyway. So productivity and service are our core values. So I think why this all works is we have people seeking production, higher levels of production, everything you guys are saying, but also service. So I think those things have to be married for it to work. And like you said, we're going to be serving our community and working in a community anyway. Might as well, we're going to do more with each other anyway. So might as well work together.
Yeah, it's the complete like mastermind setup where you come here, you're rubbing, you're helping each other out. Hey, can you go do this? Can you cover that? And how can we make this work better for our clients? That's the culture. I mean, that is
the next piece is what I like to call accountability. No, I think we accountability is love. That's how I look at accountability, is like, it's accountability to what your vision and your goals are. And I know I asked like kind of a big question to Fanya a second ago, but I mean it. Like, if we don't really keep in mind, like, what's the big picture, not the right now, because there's all stuff, vying for our attention, and our phones are all beeping, ringing, doing whatever right now, vibrating. But, what's the big picture a year from now? If we are going to take a step forward, what's it really look like? And I think the more people we share that with in our lives, that's what accountability is to me, the more love we're going to get towards that. So.